Hello, hello. My name is Koi, aka Queen Koi, and thank you for stopping by. This reading is about understanding your business blocks. So this reading is very particular. I help solo-led entrepreneurs create unique offers so they can sustain their business without burnout. And if you're a solopreneur, someone that funds their business by themselves, you know that burnout is real. And the way that I go about burnout is I help people prevent burnout and recover burnout. And I love to talk and incorporate chakra healing with this because our chakras are internal energy wheels, right? And there are particular things that our chakras may be telling us that are actually hindering our business instead of helping our business. And I want to help the business, right? So we're going to talk about what chakra is blocking your business and what your business blocks are. And then if you're really feeling the vibe and this is really hitting for you, I'd love for you to check out the extended message, okay? What else was I going to say? This is kind of like a mini version of what I do with my clients. I do energy readings that pertain to the blocks to really help us understand what the root cause of your burnout is or what the root cause of your business block is, right? So I'm going to speak on who this message is for. If it sounds like this message is for you, this is a 5-part series. So you can click around and see which one resonates with you, because you didn't find this by chance. I do think that this intuitively you're guided to this for a reason. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about your situation. And again, if this situation and this is really feeling the vibe, check out the extended, because I'll be sharing some tips and some ways that you can actually do to help heal and bring your chakra to balance. Okay, so let's get into the reading. Okay, let's see. Wow. I think Spirit, let's get a new one, because there was one that already had a moon. So I'm just going to put this out there. You might be a Cancer, okay? Or you might be a Cancer moon. I don't know. But give me one more that's not the same, please. Yeah, because each one has a different chakra, which I was very happy about. And yeah. So anyway, let's see. Okay, we got the Ace of Discs. Okay, if you're not a Cancer, you're maybe a Capricorn. But I feel like, okay, I'm hearing finances, right? I don't know if you've ever been a financial planner or you're just about that money, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, especially in a spiritual business. I know a lot of times people be like, oh, if you're centered around money, you know, blah, blah, blah. Not necessarily. It's how you see and how you give money, how you receive it, right? That's how I feel. And since I help people with brand development and help people also transition out of their job, right? You may be that type of person that may be like a big boss. I don't know. Like you've delegated a lot of things in a business before, I don't know if it's been your own business, but somebody else's business for sure. If it wasn't corporate, maybe you were helping nonprofits or just small businesses with your own thing here. This is interesting here. If this is not, I feel like you're in the growth phase of your startup business. So you're like transitioning into a new terrain with your business here. Let's see what your situation is. Your situation, your business block. Okay. Yeah. And this wants to fall out. Well, that was the 7 of Cups. I don't know if... yeah, I really think that you, like... if you're not a boss, you're a natural boss. That's why I was like, Capricorns, there's a few signs that are like straight up natural bosses. And you have the, like, renewal. Yeah. So you're no spring chick when it comes to business, for sure. You're not. But if you're having your own business, again, funding your own business, it's a little bit different. Because, like, for instance, if you were like a financial advisor, or just like, I don't know, managing or doing some type of management for another business, that's cool because it's not your own. You know, it's totally different when it's your own. That's all I can say. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And you have this major arcana here. You know some stuff, and you're not a spring chick. You've been around the block a few times, as they say, but you have a root chakra block here. And you know what it's reminding me of? Because it's your own, that this is what happens, and this is why I love doing what I do, especially when it comes to branding, right? You're developing a business, and I would say in the spiritual business, you are building a brand that is unique to you. It's like you're branding yourself just as much as you're branding your business. There are so many unique components that are about you within your brand that allows you to speak from the heart and make it unique, make it a niche, right? And there are so many different stages, and when there's time to renew, when you have this growth stage, right? When you have a certain level, and this one foot is about to leave the last step into the next step, there's this unknown terrain energy. I don't know why I said terrain, but there's this unknown space that ignites fear. And if you're not grounded, it will make you go back to some old ways, okay? Because that's the human nature. That's just what the root chakra, that is what our instincts do. It's instinctual, right? But if you can find grounding and center your energy, you can then tap into higher self. You can tap into your intuition and really feel more confident, safe and secure with what you're doing. So I think that, again, I do think that something is growing here. You have this new perspective. I really think that you are leaving the startup phase and really stepping into growth. You may be actually like someone that I help with, right? You may be ready to leave your freaking job, right? And you're nervous as okay, because it's like, oh my God, like I'm really about to leave these checks that come in weekly, whatever, and really start making my own money, right? But you're wondering, is that the right choice? You want to follow your dreams, you want to follow your passions, but your business block is kind of like, I don't know. Like you're getting like maybe imposter syndrome. Like, well, am I? Like, I can do this, but when the opportunity strikes and the spotlight's on, it's kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do this. I can't do this, right? But you know how to do this. That's what's making me. So the root chakra block, right? The root chakra block can actually talk about money. It can talk about your environment, not feeling safe within your environment, whether it's your home, whether it's your like neighborhood, right? Whether it's your place of work. Is your work toxic? Like your workspace, your work job toxic? Are you used to toxic job spaces, right? And now that you're finally able, you might see like this door open that gives you the opportunity to actually have your own business and say bye-bye to these toxic bosses, toxic job spaces, environments. It's kind of like making you feel like, oh, I don't know, right? Like when you start seeing people that you've built a relationship in your job cheer up because you're not going to be there anymore, you're kind of like, well, I don't know. Do I want to stay? Psych, right? Yeah. I do think that, and like if you have not Like if you don't think you're ready to transition from your job, but you just feel in your heart and soul that you really want to leave, I think this is what's making you afraid and blocking the root chakra, because certain things may not be put in place yet. And this is what I love to help with people, because like there are certain things that you can do to start generating money in a different avenue that can really be almost like your side hustle, but not really, because one, we're not hustling, right? We're not doing that. Not over here, not with the people I work with. I don't want to use the word hustle because that's really connected with burnout, and I don't want you to burn out. I want you to find your own unique process and way that you can lay down the blueprint and be able to possibly get passive income, or even just doing something that's more simple, less stress, less work, right? Less stress on the body, less stress on the mind, and be able to still make money off of it, right? Because this is about energetically opening your heart and really doing things that you love, and finding and connecting with the people that see your value and see your worth and want to pay you for the things you love, i.e., and I feel like you get this. I feel like you get this, but there's something that is stopping you, right? Let's see what it is. Let's clarify this here. I don't know. Could it be the ancestors? If you don't learn to control your thoughts, you never will learn how to control your behavior. This reminds me of ancestral healing. I just was making a video about this. Your family tree, your roots, right? That's also the root chakra. The blood that runs within you, right? Also has traumas. It has talents just as much as gifts and blessings, but it's also burdens, right? And your bloodline are connected to the ancestors, and spiritually, there are ancestors that walk with you, that lift you up and keep you stagnant. And they have the same behaviors, right? Those fears that you're having are connected to somebody that is 2 generations or 20 generations, right? And it's all about the subconscious and allowing more, like both of them have this halo here, right? And I also think here that you have this strong connection spiritually, whether it's to your ancestors or whatever. And I don't know, possibly people have never seen that side to you, and you might be stepping into a business where it's like, oh, I don't know, and you're afraid because this is not your foundation, and you're kind of have to build a spiritual foundation for yourself in order to really feel secure and safe about what you're trying to put out to the world in your own business, right? Or you're very creatively gifted in a way where you get all these creative ideas, right? But it can be very jarring and confusing and anxious sometimes when you're not grounded. And the root chakra too is like being grounded within your body. Because the opposite, right, out of the 7, we'll say, the crown chakra is the opening up to other spiritual bodies, spiritual entities, like spiritual downloads, okay, that allows it to function within your brain, right? Because each chakra connects to an organ or a gland that operates from this energy. And when the chakra is sluggish, so are these organs and glands, right? Now, I don't know if you're tapping into something like with your business with health, and herbalism, because I do see a lot of pentacles and greenery. Your heart and mind can align by figuring out clear intentions. Yeah, this is reminding me of like maybe you need to be more grounded. Maybe you have to spend more time in nature and connecting because, let me tell you, I've done worked in some corporate offices. It's like, most of my jobs in corporate were creative, right? I've done graphic design for years. And like, yo, the places I'd be in is literally a cubicle that's not even near the windows. And they work you so much or want certain things at sometimes, not always, but they want things in an unreasonable due date. It's like, I don't even have time to actually get up and just get a breath of fresh air real quick so I can just kind of refresh my mind, And these are some type of habits too that you may have acquired, which is reminding me too, the root chakra. The root chakra, again, not only is it the blueprint for your business, but, the operations and the process of how you perform in your business, but also it's also the beliefs and values that you hold close to you, like your moral, your ethics within your business. And if you don't have a balanced root chakra, that pretty much knocks off balance within other chakras. And then it's like it'll have you out here doing things that you swore you wasn't going to do, right? So I want to go back to the fact that you may just be entering a whole new world, right? Like the Little Mermaid, a whole new world. I don't know why I felt like I had to say that. But it's like you're not a spring chick, right? You're not new to business, but when it comes to your business, it kind of like brain fog, what just happened? How do I do this, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have to work 8 hours or 12 hours or 20 hours, right? I don't have to do this. I can set my own schedule. It's certain things that you want to actually build within your business with integrity. And if it's something spiritual that no one ever saw that side of you, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to get to know yourself more. And maybe you might need some more inner work first before you start doing your business. You can't do this simultaneously. I did. But sometimes, depending on what you're healing, you're going to have to take a break from the business. So your body and your mind and your heart can actually release all these things that you're working through so it can make room for new things and further insight as well as foresight, for your business here. But I do think that you have a lot going on. I don't know if the ancestral message I spoke about has anything to do with that. But don't be afraid to tap into deeper spiritual understandings for your own healing personally. So then you can actually grow and mature and bloom into the person that you want to be, that can actually uphold and sustain this business that you have, this business model, this business idea, something here. Because I kind of feel like whatever you got going on is making you anxious and fearful. And it doesn't, like, you don't have to do it right now. You don't have to leave the job right now. Even though you may feel like you have to, you don't. Have your, cross your T's and dot your I's first. So then you can be secure. Because let me tell you, I made a plan out of my corporate job that really was toxic. And some people might not feel like, oh, you're just talking, that's what I've heard from family and friends. But I do feel like they were literally trying to pick on me to the point where it was like, oh, we got her, we're kicking her out. And they were like kind of happy to see me leave. But they were also curious, like, oh, where are you going, right? And I didn't tell them. I told them I was going somewhere. But basically, I signed up to an agency, and I had this idea that I was going to be freelancing and building my business, right? I want to say within a week after I left, the agency is like, oh, you have to actually, like, in order for us to start giving you more opportunities, you have to like actually go on certain jobs in order to do that. I'm like, well, how am I going to get started? It was just like some forked tongue crap that I didn't like what they were saying. But I wind up getting jobs, but it didn't come as frequent as I was told it was going to come, first and foremost. And that really, really, really put a dent in my survival mechanism, because that scared the shit out of me, and I did not know how I was going to actually make money, because I had this brand new business, and it's like, okay, this business ain't making no money yet. And then it was just all these other things that were going on that wind up making me lean on the negative thoughts more than the positive things. And I just wanted to share that with you because, again, you may be passionate, right, about what's going on, but sometimes how your body feels can be the same way as what feels like fear, right? You deem what it is, and you have control over what it is, right? And sometimes our emotions aren't as logical as we think, and we have to work through these things in a more practical way, but yet also a more intuitive way. So there's like a balance here. And there's going to be a lot of that depending where you're at in your spiritual business, where you're at in your spiritual journey. And I love to help people with that. I really do. I just feel like I have a knack for it. And I don't really say that quite often because I don't toot my own horn that often, but this is my channel and why not, right? And this is why I started this channel. This is why I started doing what I'm doing. And this is definitely why I started my Queen of Wands Club, because my Queen of Wands Club is a more intimate space. I do plan and I do envision it to be a nice amount of people in there, but it's going to be exclusive. It is exclusive content that I'm giving. I don't share everything on social media because I feel like there's particular people that need to hear this. There's particular people that are dealing or struggling with burnout and struggling with certain work traumas or just spiritual experiences that they feel like they can't explain to certain people. And I would love to be that safe haven. I would. And I also want to be the person that can actually talk about regular crap too, like branding. Like that was my forte, and it's like I finally came to point 360. That's like, oh, I can talk about layman's term business stuff, and I can talk about some spiritual shit that I went through, right? And I know I'm not the only one. So this is going to conclude the reading. I'd love for you, if this is really hitting where you're resonating with this, definitely check out the extended. Check it out in the link below. Because by able to sign up and see the extended, you'll be able to also get more goodies. You'll be able to get the exclusive content. I don't want to spoil what it is, but there's other things in there that you'll be able to see. I have free content, free tutorials, free events, discounted events, and way more goodies. So I'm going to be having some extended readings definitely in there because it's exclusive. And when I get to a certain amount, we're going to be doing these private intuitive readings for the Queen of Wands Club, okay? So, again, if you're feeling the vibe, definitely check out the extended reading because you'll be able to, I'll give you some hints and tips that can help you recalibrate and balance your root chakra, all right? Some inspiration for that, some soul care healing, and, yeah, if there's just any other ways that you'd like to support me, you can simply subscribe. You can simply like and comment so that can boost my channel for other people to see. That's the easiest, simplest way. And, stick around, Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have already and you've been rocking with me, thank you. And yes, there's plenty more where this came from. I'm ready. I'm outie. And peace.